Hello, my lovely spectators. Dee here. Welcome to my studio. So, Mass Make March is upon us, and I have another installment of an idea that this one, of course, is not my original, but we are here in the community to learn and share. This one is something that I happen to see in passing, meaning watching Miss Gail Gastanelli's video. She was putting together signature pages, and basically she has created, let me pull one out. I have an example, and I've learned from this, right? Hold up, let me get one that's a little bit this one. She had created these little pages which have a collage around the edge, right, of something, whatever. And then the other side of it has a collage around the edge. So when she puts it into a signature, she has two pages that have these collage edges with a lot of writing space. So it's another fun thing that can be done. And I was thinking it can also be done with, probably she did it with scraps and things of that nature. So like a scrap buster. Me trying to be cheeky, decided that I could do them intentionally. You know, I haven't been trying to keep scraps, but I do have a lot of things that I've gotten from the thrift store. And if you could see, I'm pressing down because I decided to use labels to make it quicker, I thought. So the set of labels that I have been had for a while, and they're liftings because I didn't add any other additional adhesive on here, right? So my thing is that I was curious because on other things, right, like this paper that I have used the same stickers, right? It's staying. So I don't know. I've always questioned this. Let me see, where is it? Yeah, I've always questioned, like, right? See, this is one of the ones that fell off of here, and it's well in here. That when you coffee dye paper, that it does change the texture of it as well, but also something about it, like it's much more difficult to adhere things to. So I have to fix this, right? Which is fine. Let me show you the other ones that I had worked on, and when I stumbled on them while I was, straightening up. I saw that this was happening, and I said, you know what? It's still a great mass make, right? It is a kind of cool mass make. This one I tried to go all the way around, right? So I'm just going to show you. I mean, obviously you can tell what it is, but I thought using the labels would be like a quicker way. Now these are older labels, right, from thrift, but like I said, it's sticking on other types of paper. But when I try to stick it on this coffee dye initially, right, it seems as if it's good, but then see, immediately, like, it's lifting. But what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add a little bit of glue stick, or I was thinking, and I know people don't like to use this that much, is to add some double-sided tape onto this. So in terms of longevity, a sticker, if you use a sticker, it's going to degrade. I don't know. Do we really know how long these adhesives are going to hold for us? So yeah, so I'm not going to mess too much with these right now. I just don't want to lose any of the stickers. But I'm going to show you what I have printed. And I printed these at the same time I did all of those, so you can see. I did a nice little floral, and you can see that there's right there, right? There's a thing right there. This is from, I believe, Daisy Avenue, William Morrison, something or other, I believe. This is Bob's Your Uncle from Seven Plaza. Let's see, where's my glasses? I didn't even put my glasses on. Oh no, where are my glasses? 1 second. I'm only going to be able to see so much without my glasses. What is this one? This looks like it's probably from, well, this is from Seven Plaza, and this might be Junk Journal Studio? Might be. I don't remember, because I did print them a while ago. So all of these are printed on label paper, right? I picked different designs that have a collage effect themselves. And then what I did, oh, and this is some kind of newspaper thing. I forgot where it's, one of the early purchases when I didn't have like book pages myself and stuff. So what I do is I will cut them out, or rather I will cut down and cut some of the strips into half, and some of them into like offset, so that way I have different a variation of size, right? So yeah, so these are the remnants of the ones, and they're still sticking to this paper, so I don't know, see? So you can see how it's labels, right? So I would cut some of them off and stuff like that. So let's do a few of these. I think this is gonna be a cool mess make. I do have my coffee dyed paper right here. Now this is a little bit different. This is coffee dyed paper that I dyed, and it's like, it's a little bit of a sheen because I think it was like, I wanna say like, some kind of photo paper, like double-sided glossy photo paper or something. So we're gonna just you know what, we're gonna just cut, let's try to see, this is a lot, let's try to see if we can do maybe 5 together and just see what happens as we go. So I'm gonna fold up 5. So what I'm doing is I want to put it on, I think this is more interesting and you know, intriguing, and this is a little blob because when I was doing them and stacking them, one side, you know, the upper side was getting more of the coffee, and you can see that I stacked them with the line there. So I think that what I want to do is I want the border and this in here because I don't want to cover all of this prettiness. So I'm doing this right here, right? Okay. So actually I'm gonna wind up covering 1 and 1. So let me just fold 2 more and I'll tell you why I forgot that we're gonna be covering the same side of the paper, right? To okay, this is 4, and let's see, 1 more. It doesn't really matter. Throw that up there. So 5. Okay, so we have 5. So we're going to cover one side, and then in the inside we would cover this side, right? With and we need the folds because we don't want to go into the crease too much, and really try not to add any kind of real additional bulk to it. All right, so let's see. Let's play with this one. That's cute. It's cutesy. So what I was saying is that now you can mix and match. I'm deciding to stay with one collage at the time. I'm looking for my trimmer. Oh, here it goes. Okay. So yeah, let me make space. There goes the space. And so I will even use the edging pieces, right? So let me see if I can pull it out here. You can see where they are. Here it goes, right? So I probably would not use these little skinny pieces, right? So I can see how there's a label there, right? Because that's just a little too skinny. But the top edge I will use to help create the collage. Probably the corner, not these edges, right? So for example, I wouldn't use this skinny piece right here and this skinny piece right there. Plus it allows me to actually get at the label. Sorry, there's one more over here. Also to help me figure out how I want to cut them. So for example, I'm gonna leave this side completely alone, right? Meaning I'm not going to trim anything. On this one, I'm going to kind of go down the middle, right? So now I have pieces that are this big. And then on this one, I'm going to do a little bit more of a skew. So one side is going to be definitely larger than the other, okay? That way I can create variation in my design as I go around, right? So that's it, simple as that. You know, print your labels with the full page of whatever collage-y kind of thing you want. Then once you do that, keep your labels intact in half, and then so that we can, you know, have some movement. For sake of speed, expediency, I am going to use double-sided tape just because I think I don't have an issue with it. So I'm going to take this double-sided tape, and I have so much, and I'm not afraid to use it. I use it on scrapbook pages, I use it on my cards and stuff like that. So I'm going to put double-sided tape on the perimeter of the side that I'm going to do at the moment. Okay. Not as early as usual, guys, but I really just woke up because a girl don't know how to act. So I'm going to take them off. They are going to be exposed for the most part. I'm going to put some down here. Paper tape. Gotta love some paper tape. That makes it easy to tear. Okay. So, how many of you do this thing where, you know, you set up signature pages already, you know, ready to go and stuff? I know earlier in the month I did one as with Roxy's weekly challenge. She did the signature pages with pockets in it, and I've always thought about, you know, having things that they're ready to kind of, you know, do your signatures, especially fun little papers like this. So we're just gonna start on the corner, right? And I'm gonna go like that, and then I wouldn't necessarily keep going in order, right? But that's up to you. That's up to you. So then I'm gonna put, so I have the adhesive of the sticker. And this, I have to be careful when I'm putting it down, right? So here I can take a little piece right here, and I could put it on the side and create that little bit of a jaggedness in the edge. So this is the only thing, is that if you're not exactly, you will have some exposed tape. So gotta be careful when you're putting these bad boys down. Okay, and then I need to, you know, make sense of it. So now if I have a piece that's kind of on the long side, where I needed to go past it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. I'm going to go past it on the edge. Okay. Grab a scissor. So this is the only thing that this needs some personalization, right? And I'm just going to take this bad boy and keep going up the side. Okay, creating this irregularity that the shape of the window to the writing, right? So yeah, so I don't know if on her channel she ever did this as an actual like how-to, right? But I figured I would try it. And, you know, without the talking and the yammering and the explaining and the talking and the whatever, it's probably going to go pretty quick. And without the messing around of me having to mess around with the double-sided tape, because I used up this ink. I got to use these stickers. So, you know how that goes, right? You want to make sure that you are using your supplies well, you know? I mean, we're always getting accused of hoarding them, so it's like, hello, I will use them in a better way. Okay. So with this one, I'm gonna take one of the ones that are kind of long, right? So this is another option, right? I don't want to take a long one that's gonna go all the way off. I'm gonna take a shorter one there, and then I will add another one here. Now, if you're worried about the words, I'm not, because it's just a decorative border. But you know. So when you're doing this, you just, you know, you cut shapes that will make, these I think are inch wide. So, you know, you cut shapes, cut paper, take your scraps that are about that size, and then go from there, you know, and stuff. So So let's see. Yeah, I don't know, so I'm gonna do this again. I don't know if I'm gonna get to be able to do both sides, which seems kind of weird, but maybe because I'm looking at these ones and I'm like, girl, you got to use these half cut ones more. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna attach one there, and let's see if I could put one on the side over here. Okay, yeah. Let's save this one. Okay, all right. Yeah, and then we have a little bit of overlap. Okay, so a little bit of up in and outs, right? So we have one side done, and then you open it up, turn it around, right? So this is your signature, the first side, and then this is the inside, right? So you want to be able to see it underneath. And then we're going to do this guy, right? So this one, let's try using our glue stick. So you're gonna have to do this in sections. So I'm just gonna put a little bit, and then I'm going to add our stickers on top, because this would be what you would do when it came to a situation where you had your scraps, right? So let's see how that goes, because I just want to have that backup glue. Okay, and we're just gonna change up the different sizes until I ran out of where I put the glue. Okay, right. Okay, then we're gonna do some more glue. Okay, and we're going to just keep on keeping on, right? So having some different lengths of cuts. See, so these are not exactly the same. So the idea is like this 1 inch is like the perimeter, but then these juts of different texture come out, which I think is cool. Over here, I'm gonna go for a full one, and I'm gonna have to adjust a little bit off. Okay, so I don't know why I feel like maybe because I'm kind of like just going for it, that the glue sticks was a little bit faster. Yeah, I'm putting all these little things on next to me if I could find a little spot for them, right? So here we go. I throw that on there. Let's take a short one that butts it up here. Okay, so yeah. So I am again waiting on an order from the Netherlands. I did some more ordering, and yeah. So I'm gonna have another show you if you want me to do another haul video from my, I don't know, I haven't really hauled anything from here, like here in the, the US and stuff. Is that big enough? I'm gonna put it so that I could cut off that little bit of weirdness at the end. Okay, I'm gonna use a skinny one, which we hadn't done before. Okay, so this one has a little bit of whatever, but that's okay, it's a junk journal. All right, so we have a little skinny piece there. Yeah, so I did the haul, and I get my items from the Netherlands through Wendy, and post up that information when I do the haul. But I have another one in process that may be coming, and yeah, I know I'm spending way too much on these authentic things to not even have been done doing a real journal, let's say, for example. They're for me to use. I'm not reselling or anything of that nature, because I don't buy huge lots of whatever it is. But here, for one. Yeah, so if you want to see another haul and you've seen one before from me, that would be, let me know. Let me know in the comments below if that's something. So this is a little bit short. Let's grab one of these guys that I could cover this little piece right here. Okay. And we'll cover this off. We'll cut this off. Right? So depending on your precision, if it matters, like I have a little bit off right here, I probably won't even, bother to clean that off. I mean, like if I went off like dramatically, right? So which side? I'm not done yet. Okay. Ooh, my nose. My nose, my nose, my nose. So let's get some glue on the in-between right here. And let's finish this up. Let's do let's do this. Make an interesting corner right there. And this is big enough. Possibly, let's do that. Yep. Okay. So the only thing that I didn't do the last time was that I didn't really take a bone folder and really burnish down the stickies. So I'm gonna play with those other ones because I want to have. I think this is an awesome idea to have different types of pages ready to go in your, you know, stock of stuff. So there you go. This. I think this is an easy mask make. You just have to have the thumb. So looking at this one sheet. Where's the other piece? I'm missing one. Where'd it go? Did I finish it? Hello. She missing. Where'd she go? Oh my goodness. You know what I'm talking about? Like this was cut into half, and then there's a whole little strip that I don't know where it's at. Did I not even use it? No, it's not on my... Alright, people. Oh, here it goes. Oh, look, I didn't even use this whole side. But that said, you know, it looks like you would need like one sticker paper to do two sides, right? So, and then you have a lot of bits. So I would say mathematically, if you print 3 of them in the same pattern, right? You're going to get 1, 2... No, if you print 2 of them, sorry, 2 patterns, then you can get 2, I would say like 3, because you would have this amount left from the other one, and you could probably do another one. So every 2 sticker sheets would get you 3 sets of these. So let's just do another one, because why not, right? That's what we're here for the master making. Let's bring out the board. I need to just not put these things back in there yet, because we're not done. Oh, let's see, what do we want to do? Let's do this one. This is pretty. So let me pull off the edges so I can see where I'm at. Okay. And this in the size so I could, you know, get a better sense of whatever. Oh, no. I'm going to use you. I didn't use them that much in the other one, but I think I'm going to use a little bit more of the skinny in here. As a matter of fact, I think I might even start with some of the skinny. Okay. Oh, shoot. Alright, it's going up here, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. I promise. Let's take this out the way. Okay. So again, we're going to leave one whole. We're going to cut one a little off. So we have a short and a wide, and then we're going to cut one that's about in the middle, right? So I'm not even measuring. I'm just using this as an eyeballing of the situation, and there we go. Alright, let's go to another pack. Another one. So we're going to, where's those skinny pieces? Let me start with a skinny piece because it's already released. So let's put that little bit of glue there. Okay. And, okay. There we go. Let's get in here. Cut that off. I know, we should clean up after the fact. I know. Let me see. I'm looking at this and let's get you more into the thing. Especially if you're going to stay and hang out for a second one and a third. I don't know. I'm going to watch the time. I can see the time now. So I'm going to try to not go too long with this. But, you know, things take time. So... how have you been enjoying the mask making? If you're new and you haven't heard me ask that question and you've seen anybody who's been blowing your mind with something really cool, you can let me know who they are down below because I've been watching and I don't know if the algorithm is playing games with me. Like I'm watching stuff and I'm getting the same people over and over again, even though I put in the hashtag. So like could it be that that's how many people are doing it? Like not that many people? All right, so I have all this glue. I'm gonna push it over there, put some over here. So, yeah, so I'm kind of like, oh, not frustrated, but like, you know, what's up with that? Okay, so I know I didn't have glue all the way to the edge over here, but that's okay. For the most part, it's going to stay, right? So I'm just gonna change the elevations and whatnot. Yeah. So let's do a little shorty here. Okay. That was gonna need to take some glue off, and let's take this part of the floral. That's the light floral. So I think this is really a nice addition, like I was saying, and I'm like, actually now that I kind of like you just using the glue, it's a lot better than using the double-sided tape because I feel like I have that wiggle room. So that's good, right? Like I said, we're just gonna keep going around. You can have as much irregularity as you want, or you could have no irregularity, right? You could have them all completely straight, no problem, doesn't matter, you know, like that kind of situation. Okay. So with these little edge ones, I have to cut this down a little bit, and we're gonna put that there. Okay. You can wipe away the glue, and then let's do. See, we forgot about this side over here. Let's get a little bit of a shorter one going on here, overlap there, and then another shorter one. Let's get one with some differentiation of color. Okay. Perfect, right? So I'm just gonna smush it real good. Down. Yes, my age is showing. Okay, so then we have that one side. We're gonna fold it, and we're gonna do this side. So we're doing the sides back to back, or one on top of the other, like that, right? So now let's do the next side. Let's see, do I have any more skinny pieces? I got one little skinny piece over here. Let's just add it to the corner. Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't use the real skinny ones because I don't think that they would really give you that kind of pop, right? So, and then just to put it on here for argument's sake, I don't care where it's going to be. You can also do it like that, right? I'm going to just put it here. And whenever I get to it, we'll work around it, work with it, however you want to phrase that. All right, so let's do this. Let's continue with our adhesive. So yeah, so this old thing with the stickers, I'm kind of, but I'm not gonna go run and buy new stickers. Like, you know, I know now that I need to do this, but I think it has something to do with the coffee dye paper. Honestly, I do. So if any of you have experienced that, like you feel like it's just not, things are not adhering the way that they should, I would love to know if it's just me or if that is in fact a thing, because I feel like that's a thing. You know? Okay. Let's see what we're gonna put here. I'm gonna continue with the big ones to be able to cover that little piece that's there on the edge. Okay. All right, so that's done. Let's come over here. Let's do some big ones over here because I don't have that many full-size ones on here anymore. So, did I put anything? I did on the other side, right? I've just jutted them out. Yeah, I need to do a couple more over here because it's getting to be rather straight edged. So. extend that. I guess this is no worse than using maybe washi tape. That would be another thing that you could do. The washi tape could just be a full-on edging of it, you know, no variation in and out like that. Okay. So we got one last side. Let's do and we have one more piece. I'm just going to take the whole full piece so we can be done and dusted. So, yeah, let's put that there. That's a little too dark. Let's just overlap like that. Okay, and then so that's our number 2. We still have scraps. Now, I don't think it's enough for another page, but like I say, print it twice. You could probably do 3 pages, right? So it's cute. Nice. This is nice. I like it. I like it. I like it. You know what? Since I talked about washi, let's see what I got. Let's see what I got. You know what? Let's just do this. This is something off of a tape off of Timo, unfortunately. Everyone's like on the fence with them. I really don't, you know, care. Some of their stuff has been a little small, like, you know, on the small side. But you know what? You make it work. Okay. So let's say I want to do this page edging technique. This guy is tape for sewing, I believe. Where's the beginning? Where's the smell? It's kind of, oh, there it goes. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. So it has these lines. They're for sewing. They're 1/4 inch markings, I believe, right? So I'm assuming between those there's a 1/4 of an inch. It's something to do with sewing. But it is washi, so let's just, you know, add some tape. It is a washi, so it needs to be removable for people who are sewing, I guess. But you know what? Let's just do it with a piece of washi. And this one, because I'm not gonna get all crazy on the edges, I'm gonna just trim after the fact. So I'm gonna do up and bottom because I'm gonna overlap on the corners. Oh no, no man, no bueno. You know, it's really tight, so I don't know. But again, like I said, Timo. So I just got to be. So now that has the 1/4 of an inch. They go up and down, so there is no top and bottom really for this tape. There's no non-directional in that respect, right? All right, and then we're going to go like this. We're going to put some glue down here to hold the washi. And if you wanted to, you can try to match up to the washi, but I think I'm going to overlap. It'll add a little bit of something in the corners because you will see the design in both directions. Okay. So there you go. And then the same thing over here. Right. So you don't have to do these edge boarded papers with just anything. Holy crappity crap. We need to find, I think I have, hold up. I don't know. You know what? Also, I'm pulling it super fast and I should know better. Like sometimes it doesn't matter what washi. I don't like that. Right. So let's do this. Nice and slow. Okay, so we got that. So we will just burnish it down, right? And that transparency will pop through and make sure that we see that it's burnished. Okay, and then we will clean up our edges. So scraps is possible. Stickers, possible. Okay, washi, definitely. All depends. I'm a little off. I'm gonna go up because then it's gonna stay sticky. Oh no, got a little crooked. I missed this edge right here. Okay, there we go. Okay, and this, I feel like some of the mask makes, and I know some of mine, I don't like silence. So I'm jibber jabbering, as somebody had put on somebody else's comment. It's about the jibber jabbering. I don't remember if it was negative or positive, but mentioned something about videos with jibber jabbering. Well, that's me, guys. So, all right, that's cute too, right? Nice little border like that. And now we'll open this up and we'll do the other side. Okay. Yeah, and then we will have 3 done. And then, you know what? Let's try something else. Or try a different washi. I don't know. So if you want to hang out. So now I'm doing it the long way. So now it's not going to match. No, it will. Doesn't matter because the overlap that happens over here is going to match. Okay. This over here. I got this roll because I felt it looked like it reminded me like postal as well, kind of, but also, you know, have ideas for a million different journals. I wanted to do like a sewing kind of like fashion thing, so this might be a good little pop of something, and this might be a good little page to put in, right? So you know, the ideas, they're there. Okay, let's go. It's a pretty good amount too. So since we get the washi from that place, we get like these thin, super thin rolls. Oh, so sorry, my nose. It's just I want to sneeze, but okay. Let's burnish that. Okay. And then we're gonna go and clean this bad boy up because we're done with it. Okay, I'm gonna grab something else to try to use to do, you know, there's so many things up there. So we've done labels. I don't have enough scraps to do a whole page around, I don't think. I'm looking. No, I don't think so. It's like, you know, you wouldn't have problems if you took the tape that's coming off. There we go. Okay. So there we go. This is number 3. And we don't have any other labels left over, but we got plenty of that washi, right? So I missed a little bit off over here. And my folding is not the best after the fact, so I could retrain the paper. And then you double check, like I see from that I did miss off the edge, especially with the washi. I mean, you put the glue, it's gonna hopefully hold the washi much longer, but you don't want anything that's sticky, you know, causing a mess in the journals. Okay, so there we go. That's number 3. So we have nothing to put on the side over here, but let's go grab something different. Oh, I have this. I got this from Temu as well. I don't know how much is still on here, but you know what? We're gonna try. We're going to use it in a way, right? So we have that like that. Going to take. Let's start with here because I think this might be how we could change it up, right? So we have this. Now these are washi as well. Come on. And they are little leaves, right? Look at that. So this is like the idea of having like stickers, right? So you can just put your stickers on and we can just make an edging, right? So this mask make idea of this perimeter, right? See how you know, it kind of stems and brings on other ideas. So I'm gonna be like, oh, you know what? I could just use little stickers, and then these happen to be washi stickers, right? Of these little leaves. Okay, so let me go over here. I finish up this row. I think this is it. Right, I'll show you. I'm gonna bring this closer to you because, you know, the only thing is that getting them off. My nails are just growing back. Like I destroyed them, and then so yeah. So let me show you. So see how it's all. So right here's the next one. Just gonna get in there to grab it and stuff. Oh, now you wanna come off in succession. Hello. So we're just doing this. See, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, I mean, there's too many of them coming off in one shot. See, and now it's sticking to the other one and trying to rip it. No bueno. Okay. Come on. So yeah, so using generic kind of images, I guess, more generic-y, you could make these guys and then have them there. So that's another video that I want to kind of talk through. A few people, you know, in the smaller YouTuber community, you know, and bigger, are talking about storage and how to make our spaces more user friendly, as like I would say. Like, you know, you can come into a space and if it's a hot mess, you're kind of like, you lose your mojo. So finding my floor is one of the ones that I've been watching and kind of following suit, right? So I'm just taking off the glue. So maybe it's not the right because of the coloring of this, whatever, but you know what? We're going to add a few more. Let's just put a few over here. Right, we don't have to make it a full border. You can just connect a few here and there. So I left a gap over there. Let's get this little grouping off of 4 of them, right? Okay. Come. Okay, and because I took it off, I guess we are going to connect to here. Okay, so we've got our little border. We can just do that much. We can go all the way around. I don't know how many we have left, so I'm just going to do the one and let's do the other side. So I just double check. Yes, this is the side that I want. Some people that have washi, they rub it on there. So let's do that. Okay. So we're just gonna build up. See, I don't have that much left, so I'm gonna be able to maybe go around the same place to create the edging. I don't like doing this because I feel like if I know I'm going to put a bunch of them, I think this is why I don't like this, because it's going to take too much time. So back to the old strip of glue. Oh my gosh. And then we separate. Separation. Okay. It tore a little bit, but you know what? The glue is going to hold it down. Okay, holding this is giving me but hey, we used up something we've had in our stash, right? We've used up those this washi tape that I've had for who knows how long, because I've been in this junk journaling part because, you know, like I said, it's card maker, scrapbooker. Some of the stuff is, you know, I had a ton of washi tape even as a card maker, and a scrapbooker. So, and at one point I was trying to be like a planner girl, but yeah, that's not my thing. I love it. I love the decorating, blah, blah, blah. You know, and that's most of us fall into that trap. But then the actual planning, I'm like a notes on paper kind of girl. I love my digital, but I need to have things written on paper for me to kind of, you know, be, and then I lose the paper and then I rewrite it because I'm memorizing it. Or I just put little quick things and reminders in my phone. So yeah, that's the thing. All right, we're almost there. We're almost there, guys, to the end of this washi and stuff. Will I buy this again? No. I don't like this little piecemealing thing. I mean, it's cute, but it's not, you know. If I had a specific, like I needed individual leaves that were washi, and that's very specific, then yeah, sure, this is not bad. Right? It's not bad for the amount of adhesive that it has, even going forward like by itself. It's pretty sticky, but adhesive is inherently not permanent, right, guys? So we're going to tap that off. Let me see, I have 3 left. Okay, so let's add a couple here. Waste not, want not. Right, and this one. Hold up, we got this one. I'm over here like up against my body, taking out the, see, I could hear that paper, that crinkle that it's tearing. Okay, so we're just gonna pop up over here a little bit of glue, and I'm just gonna pop an extra one into this corner. Okay, and then let me just burnish these guys down. Let's look over here. Yeah, let's pop another one right there. Let's use this guy. And then we have one more. It's very light, so it's not gonna do much over here or here for that matter. So I guess we'll just let's just pop another one right there. Why not? Why not? It's our little sister one to the other one that's there. Okay. Okay, so we'll just like that. All right. So I see a little bit of sheen from the glue. That's the only thing. The same thing, like we have to just, you know, trim off the little overhangs. This one with the little leaves is not too many. Okay. Okay. All right, so we do have one more for the mass make. So we have this one. So I'm gonna put this to the side, and let's grab. Let's see, what can we try to use now? Now let me just get rid of all of this extra stuff that's hanging on the camera. Yeah, we're still under 1 hour, so I'm gonna be, you know, good with that. Oh, you know what I got? Where is it? I bought this. This is from, no, but I don't want to do, well, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to use, but to have a page established, why not? This lace is already on adhesive. Isn't that cool? Like I could do a whole border of that, right? I could do the border all the way around. But do I want to do that? No. Because that's like everything else, you know, we do, I don't want to use this. I got these for my, a lot for my, Little Golden series of books that I want to be doing. So yeah, we're not going to use that right now. I'm looking to see if there's any kind of other things that I have enough of, right? I mean, look, you have these guys, you can do that. And put a bunch of these little squares all the way around, you know? If you have cut apart circles, this matches how I want to use it right now. You can do circles all the way around, right? And then cut them off. I'm gonna see what I have here. Oh, so here's another quick thing. Maybe we'll use some of these. These are the same idea. These are printed on business cards. So you can use them for whatever. Use them as focal, use them as like where you can build a cluster off of. So if we were to take this, we could just do something like this, and we could adhere some of it down, right? Now when you cut them, some of them are going to have the white and some of them are not going to have the white. So you might want to cut them a few up like that, and then use all the ones that have the white on one page and then the other one on the other page, if that makes sense, because you know you have all of the white borders. Is that something that would bother you? Then you need to print a lot more and be more like consistent with that. So let's see, is that enough to kind of get us through the whole paper? Maybe we need like one more. Okay, so yeah, like that. So now we have our whatever business card, right? And probably glue stick is not the best to use, so maybe we need to not do that, because this is a thicker paper to a lighter paper. So we're gonna bust out the art glitter glue, and we're going to put adhesive all on the back, and we're going to glue down the first one, match it to the edge as precise as possible. Okay. This one, I will leave it to cut off on the other side. Okay, I'm just putting it like that. Let me do the top as well. Okay, now again, this might not be, I'm not looking at directionality because that doesn't bother me, you know. So since I did a full one there, I am going to do a full one on this side, right? And then let's grab another one that's going to just have this side. There. Okay. I'm going to cut them because I may need offcuts for other things. So let's just hope I don't cut the paper, because I'm notorious for that. Okay. All right, I didn't go all the way far enough, so there may be some fixings that you gotta do. I think I just did it on that one. You could stop here and it could just be a top and a bottom. That's cool. You know what, I think I'm gonna do that, just a top and a bottom on here, because it's not bothering me, but the fact that it's, you know, let's start with that guy. And also, I peeped at the time. So, I know, I'm horrible, I know. Okay, let's hope that that fits. No! That's all right, we'll cut a little strippy of something. Oh, come on, this one. So that's gonna go there, and then this one's gonna go there. And I'm gonna take that off because no. Because no. Yeah, so let's see. Business cards. I like this one. I like that. I like the top and the bottom. Okay. And then over here, I'm gonna go from this into here, so I don't mess up and put something there by mistake. And then I'll just fold it and clean it up in a minute. Okay. And then over here, we shall do the other edge. Okay, if you're doing something that is a little bit thicker, right, you want to make sure that that will bend. And just because, why not? Let's get it up to that edge. Like this. All right. So I'm gonna bend it this way for a minute so I can get this guy cut. Okay, those scraps are still going to go into my cluster bowl. My cluster bowl. Anybody else call it that? If not, I coined that phrase. Alright, so here we go. So this is what we're mass making. Signature, bordered signature pages. I think that's what I'll call it on the thing. So you can do with business card, right? Cardstocky thing. That's a quick trick with the cardstocks, right? And you can just do top and bottom. That's good enough. If you have washi that is in these individual little pieces, you can do that, right? And just do like a quick little corner. If you have washi is easy peasy, right? Overlapping the corners will add a little more depth and interest because you'll see the double of whatever it is inside. Then you can also do labels. If the labels are brand new, you're probably good to go. If not, either add the glue. We did the glue stick with this one. And we did the adhesive. Oh, I have a little piece sticking out. Double-sided adhesive tape with this one to add support to these older labels that we find in thrift stores, right? Or that we had in our office area and forgot about. Yeah, so guys, I hope you've enjoyed. I hope this inspires you guys to do something. I was inspired by Gail. I mean, you won't be visiting me and not know who Gail is. Yeah, I know. But I will be saying that. I haven't seen a video of her actually doing this strategy per se, but I saw her put pages into her journals that look like this. So this is my way of how I figured out how to do it. So if you're brand new and you've enjoyed this and you want to come back, please by all means subscribe. If you've always been here for a minute, guys, thank you so much for coming back. You don't know how much that is like an awesome thing. Still working towards at the time of recording this video, right? But it's not coming out until many days later. I don't even know. I'm all over the place. I'm filling up the calendar, right, with pre-recorded stuff. I'm just trying to reach 300 by the by my birthday, and I'm getting really close. So I might have an extra little bonus video here and there. So you know, just keep the ding ding going so that you can know, because if you're just looking at mass make, there may be other things that I have put out that you haven't seen. So again, thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've been inspired, and I hope that you create something. So until next time, ciao ciao, bye.